Donald Trump has done it again. The US president, famous for shaking up global trade, just announced a massive new tariff policy that is kind of sending shockwave across the world. He says that it's about making things fair for America. But leaders from around the globe are not happy about it. So, what exactly happened and what does this mean for countries like India, Canada, the European Union, and even China? Let's break it down into a simple way. At a big event in the White House Rose Garden, Trump proudly declared a new set of tariffs. His big idea? Every single country selling goods to America must pay at least 10% tax. But some countries got really hit harder than others. If we talk about China, then 34% tariff. That's the highest among all the major trading partners. European Union, 20% tariff. Japan, 24% tariff, and India, 26% tariff. Trump called it a declaration of independence for America, saying that for too long, other countries have charged high tariff on US goods, while America charged very little in return. His solution? Make them pay just as much. As expected, the world leaders didn't take this lightly. Some promised to fight back, while others tried to take a more diplomatic approach. So, here is how different countries reacted. First, we'll talk about Australia. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese warned that Americans would feel the pain of these tariffs more than anybody else. He said that it will make everything more expensive for them. Unlike others, Australia declared not to fight back with its own tariff, saying that it won't join a race to the bottom. Then comes Canada. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney was much more aggressive. He called Trump's tariff unfair and warned that Canada would fight back with its own tariff. He said that these measures will directly affect millions of Canadians, highlighting industries like steel, aluminium, and automobiles. Third in the list, we have United Kingdom. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer didn't announce countermeasure but made it clear that the UK was prepared for any outcome. He said that trade wars helped nobody, signaling that he wants a peaceful resolution but isn't ruling anything out. Then we have the European Union, a 27-nation economic powerhouse. It said that it would respond before the end of April with countermeasures. France and Germany stressed that trade wars are bad for both sides. Spain leader promised to protect the businesses, while Sweden's Prime Minister said that they want to fix the trade relationship instead of escalating the tensions. And wait, Italy is the great. They said, let's talk first. Unlike others, Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, who is kind of friendly with Trump, called for a peaceful resolution. We will work with the US to find an agreement. That's what she said, warning that a trade war would only benefit America's rival like China. Now, talking of China, then they had the strongest reaction. Its Commerce Ministry demanded that the US cancel these tariffs immediately, warning that they would hurt the global economy, disrupt supply chain, and even damage American businesses. Then comes Brazil, Latin America's biggest economy, quickly passed a law allowing it to counter Trump's tariff. While Brazilian Prime Minister didn't react immediately, he actually warned that his country cannot stand still while these tariffs hurt its businesses. Last but not the least, here comes the India. What does this mean for India? Let's dwell deeper. India got hit with 26% tariff, which is among the highest just behind China's. This is a big deal because India has been making major trade concessions to please the United States. In recent months, the New Delhi reduced import duties on thousands of American goods, including whiskey and motorcycles, and even promised to buy more US oil and defense equipments. Despite this, Trump slapped India with heavy tariffs. Why? Because he believes that India has high tariff on its own and calls the country a tariff king. So the question is, what now? Well, India has two choices. A. Fight back. introduce countermeasures, and increase tariff on US goods like Canadian and European leaders are doing. Second, negotiate a trade deal. Continue discussion with Washington to lower tariff and ease restrictions on both the sides. Many experts believe that India will try to negotiate rather than escalate the trade war, but there's no guarantee that Trump will back out. Many economists also say that these tariffs could backfire the US only. They say that prices will go up, American consumers will have to pay more for imported goods. With that, the US companies will also suffer. Many businesses rely on imported materials and tariff will only increase their cost. Also, other countries may cut the US import. If countries retaliate, it could hurt American exporters. Even Republicans and Wall Street investors are divided on this particular move. Some agree with Trump's stance on unfair trade practices, but others worry that a global trade war will slow down economic growth. World leaders are already meeting to discuss their next move. The European Union will respond by April. China and Canada are planning countermeasures, and India is weighing its options. In the meantime, businesses and consumers around the globe are watching closely to see how this high-stake trade battle unfolds. Trump's move is kind of bold, but whether it helps or hurts the US economy remains to be seen. One thing is clear, the world is watching and the fight is far from over.